Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the FSL Season 2 Playoffs Round of 8, the first match. We're on Newkirk Precinct, and starting to the bottom right-hand corner in orange, playing Protoss for Rival and the United States, it's Koshkii. And to the bottom left in green, playing Zerg for Team 1F Academy, and the US as well, it's Wryza. So, Koshkii came into this match as the first ranked player of the FSL season mode, while Wryza ranked place 8, or came from the 8th place. So, on paper, it should be quite an advantage for Koshkii here going into this match, and that's supposed to be like that, since Koshkii managed to have a great season, going into this match undefeated with a 13-0 streak. So very nicely done by her, and of course she's supposed to have a little advantage. So, sees that the spawning pool is going down now, has already seen the hatch first, is taking her own expansion in the meantime. Wryza in the meantime just trying to be a little bit annoying, trying to keep Koshkii from planting down the buildings she wants to use in order to seal off that area here, so that Zerglings won't be able to get in early on in the game. So, second assimilator going down, Wryza also getting the full scout here. I feel that my sound is a little bit too loud, so I'll just tune it down a little bit. Okay, should be okay now. So, in the meantime, Koshkii just going towards a potential third base location. Will probably even, now patrol move between the two possible locations. Just wants to see whether Wryza wants to go for an early third base, or if she has to expect some sort of early aggression. In the meantime, Wryza is bringing all of her overlords into position so she can get a good scout later on. Wryza already moving around a little bit, wants to see if any proxy shenanigans are around, and it wouldn't be all too unlikely for Newkirk. As we know, Koshkii just really likes to go for a 4-gate at that location over here, but not this time around, as we already know. So, Mothership Core is out. We have more probes and the first adepts in the making. Probably adepts maybe for some pressure, for some light pressure, but mostly just in order to see, or to just wall off, or close the wall off and have some defenses right behind that wall if necessary. So Koshkii just using the drone or the probe in order to see whether this is a full wall off or not. Was not quite sure about it, but does know now. Unfortunately, as I saw this right now, the adept is not in hold position, and seems it is as if it might be now. Yes, it is now. So, okay, no problem there. It wasn't on hold position there just for a moment. In the meantime, we have the robotics facility going down and the Twilight Council. Does Wryza actually know about this? Not yet. Well, she saw the robotics facility, not the Twilight Council though. But yeah, I mean, Koshkii is known for her immortal builds with the robotics bay and the warp prism follow-up, in addition to Archons made out of Dark Templars. So if Wryza actually prepared a little bit for her match, she should know what to expect out of her opponent. So, first few links now moving in. Just see that the wall is closed tight. Maybe just got the scouting information. Let's have a look. That, oh no, that's the wrong one. Okay, so maybe got the real scouting. Oh, actually, come on. She didn't get the scouting information about the Twilight Council. Should see it now, but like I said, I think Wryza should by now already have all the information. The speed overlords will just help her getting a clearer idea of what's up. There the other overlord is going in. If she just now clicks onto the Dark Shrine, she should also see it. But of course, she doesn't have that much more time to react. So she needs to pump out units from now on in order to deal with this push that is probably just headed towards her base in just a few seconds here. Just gets in with a few Zerglings once more. Won't really be able to break through. Has to be careful not to lose too many units in an attempt to break through, maybe. Seems as if she really wants to get through, but I think she won't really be able to. I mean, this Mothership Core has a lot of energy here, so she won't really be able to break through anything, especially not with Lings alone, and she doesn't have a Baneling nest in order to break through the Baneling Bust or something. Maybe just wants to stress out her opponent a little bit. In the meantime, we have Koshkii's Warp Prism close towards Wryza's base here, warping in a few Dark Templars. So it seems as if Koshkii just wants to start with some... some Archon pressure here, before she then will do the follow-up push with the help of the Warp Prism and the first few Immortals that should be out by then. So, in the meantime, yeah, there we have them, the 2 Archons that will be loaded in just a second. And will now move into the mineral line of her opponent. Not many units here, only a Queen and a Spore Crawler. Koshkii has to be careful not to lose the Warp Prism here, but she already moves it back. And the Archons are doing tremendous amounts of damage against everything that's biological, but Wryza already has 4 Queens out, so they are already dealing a lot of damage here. But of course the Archons are also very tanky, and Koshkii can just always pick them up and move out, but not that many damage dealt. Well, 7 drones at least, so that's at least something. But yeah, I mean, for the investment, it was the Warp Prism plus the 2 Archons. Of course, still she can use the Archons in the later follow-up push, so it's decent amount of damage. She did they're not all too critical, but of course now Wryza has to just make these drones once more, and making drones means you're not making a lot of units, but you need a lot of units by now. And here we have it, the Immortal push just coming forwards. Only 1 Immortal out now, there's the second one, but it's now at home and it won't be able to follow very soon here. So we have the Archons, we have 1 Immortal, another Archon in the making, so it seems as if Koshkii just wants to trust mostly her Archon firepower. A few more units getting morphed in. The Overseer just sees everything. And now Wryza knows what's up, but unfortunately killing that Overseer just put her into a supply block, and the only thing she has are Zerglings and a few Queens. And Zerglings just get eaten for breakfast by these Archons here. So Koshkii now pushing into the 3rd base. This could already be the important fight that Wryza needs to win. If she doesn't win this and the 3rd base falls, I think this game will already be forfeit. So let's see, the Archons pressuring back the Queen here. By now Wryza is still doing kind of an okay-ish job, but 16 workers have already fallen down at the 3rd base. More and more units getting warped in. The Immortals already firing at this 3rd base, and there it goes down. So 3rd base down, and now we only have uncontested Archons and more units moving into the natural base. Wryza's supply has already dropped to 65, Koshkii at over 100. And it seems as if this 2-base push will grant her the first win in this best of 5. So Koshkii goes up with a 1-0. Abyssal Reef is the second map of this best of 5. Spawning to the top left we have Koshkii. And to the bottom right it's Wryza. So that's the right one. So let's see what Koshkii wants to throw onto her opponent this time around, if she just wants to make it another quick win off of 2 bases, if she wants to go into a macro game. Abyssal Reef, kind of an interesting base here. We actually have 2 entrances towards the natural base here, one from the left hand side and one from the bottom, blocked partly by those rocks here. Wryza already taking her hatchery first, nothing all too special there. We have some fish in the sea moving around there, so there's a shark somewhere here as well, at least the shadow of a shark always moving around. And the physics on this map got changed a little bit. If units die, they just float towards the top of the sea. So, spawning pool is out, extractor is out already, so we're going to see some early speedlings once more. Koshkii already knows what's up, has already planted down her own nexus. So yeah, on this map we have a lot of bases pretty close by. I mean, the natural itself is very close, then you can either take a 3rd base towards your opponent, or you can just take the one a little bit further away to the left-hand side, or to the right-hand side on the other side of the map. Koshkii just checking for the 3rd base, if it's already been taken or not. A little bit early maybe, but yeah, she just, again, puts her probe on a patrol move command, so it will check all the potential third base locations from now on, while she herself just plants down a pylon, wants to probably create a wall. That's actually kind of an interesting pylon position here. Usually you want to have the pylon a little bit more forward so that you can seal off this part of the map a little bit easier here. You normally want to have a full wall off, but or just a wall off with a little gap here so that a few units can move out, maybe towards the third or outside. Or you can even use just tear down the rocks once you got your army together and want to move out. Then there's always the possibility for you to break down the rocks and then move out. So do a complete wall off in the meantime if you plan to do a 2-base all-in anyways. But for now she only has a mothership core and a pylon, no wall whatsoever. So actually, if Wryza wanted to get inside her base, well, she has a wall off on top of the ramp, but yeah, this natural base is a little bit unprotected here. So if Wryza actually wanted to go all in with a lot of speedlings, this could cause some trouble for Koshkii here. Let's see how she continues walling, or if she continues walling at all. And right now we only have a warp prism in the making, so it seems as if Koshkii indeed just wants to go for the same strategy again. So right now we just have a lot of lings rally towards the front, I feel. We don't have a baneling nest incoming, which is quite interesting here. I mean, now of course Wryza knows what's up and knows that there's no wall whatsoever close to the natural base. More and more lings already running in. I mean, Koshkii has one more photon overcharge available and she has a lot of pylons. Now starts walling off the main entrance, but it's not a full wall off by now. So Wryza manages to get a few lings in, but there are only 4 of them. Will she continue with the pressure? Well, she sends out a few more lings towards the third base, but it seems as if she just wants to take a third of her own. Well, she's already invested a lot into lings that actually not did that much. Did she actually even got a kill out of that? It seems like it. So got 1 worker kill, not really a second one, and then everything got cleaned up. So that were actually quite a lot of lings she invested there. That could have been drones. And now of course she just knows that there's no third base and that Koshkii obviously doesn't want to go into a third base once more. This time around the push will not be done with speedlots but with adepts, it seems. But the immortals are already in the making. Warp Prism is ready. So it seems as if this time around she just doesn't want to go for the harassment, for the Archon harassment first, but just wants to get a nice little crisp timing here where she just pushes Wryza's third base probably as early as possible with her Adept and Immortal composition, and then only later on will she probably add a few Archons with the help of Dark Templars. She already has the Twilight Council out. No Dark Shrine in the making yet, but it will probably go down in just a few seconds, I feel. So, there we go. Everything's just put into the Warp Prism, moving forwards, probably towards the third base, somewhere around here, and then she will start warping in more and more units because the gateways are already done. There's the Dark Shrine going down, so it will only be available in 70 seconds here, but by then the attack will already have started. And now let's see what Wryza actually does have. 45 workers, 16 lings, which is not quite a lot. 6 queens though, that might help out a little bit here, and 10 roaches in the making. Roaches not that well against the Immortals, but pretty good against the Adepts, so let's see how everything goes down. I mean, the most important thing for Wryza would be to take down the Warp Prism if she can, but of course it's still a bit problematic here. Warp Prism opens up, and now the first wave of units comes in. Oh, but the Warp Prism goes down! Wow, quite a blunder there by Koshkii either, or very well microed there by Wryza, just picking up the Warp Prism. And like I said before, the very important part of killing this push is to get down the Warp Prism. Some of you might even be aware that Koshkii just likes to play this push with 2 Warp Prisms, so the second one incoming, while the first one is already at the front, warping in units. But this time around, the second Warp Prism just comes out too late. Dark Shrine now going down. I mean, Koshkii is still on 2 bases, and apparently she doesn't really want to try to go into a macro game from here on out. I think it would be a foolish decision, so I think that's the right call. She can't really keep up with Wryza Wryza's 3 bases already. I mean, once Wryza realizes that her opponent wouldn't come or that her opponent didn't come to push again, she would probably just move out, find the 3rd base. She would even see it ahead of time and just kill it with whatever she has. So Koshkii's only chance to make this work is just continue pressuring and hoping that her opponent will make a critical mistake while microing the units, or maybe just having not enough of them, maybe underestimating the power of this second push incoming here. And now we have a lot of adepts that just are the meat shield of this army, while the immortals are firing from behind. At least one immortal, and the Archons firing as well, so more and more adepts being morphed in, but Koshkii just interrupts it because she already gets attacked by, I don't know actually what, probably another queen over here, so she doesn't want to lose that War Prism as well, and is now continue pressuring forward. Again, the very important part right now is to kill the 3rd base, and killing the workers, of course. Wryza already has a 3rd base down, another 3rd base, or as you can say, a replacement 3rd base down to the left-hand side. So losing this 3rd alone will probably not break her back right now, but of course it's still a critical loss. She will just miss all of the lava. A few units will just pop out, but they won't be able to join the main army, will probably be killed off before they can even deal that much damage. Well, actually, Koshkii just moved commanding right into the middle of both armies here, and now she's getting attacked from both sides. Has to be careful that the War Prism doesn't get picked off. It's already pretty low, only down to 19 health, now finally opens up once more and warps in more units. The adepts just getting mostly killed by the roaches, but still so many of them, they still deal a lot of damage here. Oh, just barely moving the immortal out of that corrosive bile drop zone there, and still doing more and more damage here. In the meantime, we have 10 more roaches in the making. Will Wryza be able to hold this push again, and then maybe forever? The War Prism, it seems, finally got taken out. There's another one incoming already. So even if Wryza manages to clear off these adepts, there will be more units incoming. The Immortal is still alive inside that War Prism. I think by now she doesn't really dare to unload it. But another queen is just going ham on that War Prism here. She again just wants to take it out. Finally, the Immortal gets dropped, and it seems as if Koshkii finally managed to break Wryza's defense here. Wryza's supply now dropping critically. Only a few roaches drop out. GG, well played, and Koshkii takes the 2nd map as well. Honor Grounds is our 3rd map, spawning to the top left-hand corner in orange. As the Protoss, it's Koshkii. And to the bottom left in green, we have our Zerg player Wryza, who is down 0-2 and now needs to win 3 games in a row in order to advance to the round of 4, to the semifinals. It's going to be a difficult task. I mean, it was a difficult task right from the get-go. Having to fight the unbeaten player of the season mode right in the first round is always a difficult task. So, Wryza actually just going for the forward expansion here. Interesting. And is already having the good scout, already meets the probe halfway, so both players will just immediately get to scout where the opponent is. Quite interesting there for Koshkii, scouting counterclockwise. Something that not a lot of people do today. Well, I mean, I don't actually know the numbers. Some people used to scout clockwise, some used to scout counterclockwise. Ooh, seems as if Koshkii might be up to something. Okay, obviously she just wants to have a look at whether the 3rd base is taken early or not. She herself, of course, is taking the back pocket expansion, the natural one, you might say, although this, of course, is also not pretty far away. Like I said, it's quite an interesting idea that Wryza actually wants to take the base out in the open here. A little bit exposed. I mean, you can kind of easily hold it because there's a lot of wide open space here. So if you manage to get together a good army, it's actually easier defending this base maybe even than that one. Because if your opponent actually just moves in with a Warp Prism and then just you try to fight him or her in this case back here, I mean, there's still some wide open space, but if you have to fight tucked back, you don't have that much space to fight available. So, And then you also have the Watchtower, of course, that you can just later on where you can just put links to get all the vision you would ever want to have. So, let's see. Okay, you won't be able to take that gold base over here, Wryza. So don't really know what her drone is doing back here. Maybe just a little miss-rally there. So Baneling Nest incoming. So maybe, and that would of course be the other idea why she would build a forward expansion. She just wants to go for a Baneling bust. And it seems pretty likely since she's already producing a lot of links here. And is already sneaking some of those around the watchtower here. I think she's just kill this probe with like one ling. It wouldn't really give away all too much. This probe in the meantime is seeing all of those links anyways. So yeah, I think it would be just a good idea to get rid of that probe with like one ling or two. That would not be a giveaway. In the meantime, we have an Oracle build incoming for Koshkii here. So actually, that might deal a lot of damage here. It depends on how much damage Wryza will be able to do with like this Zergling here. Seems as if Koshkii this time around just wants to prepare for an all-out macro game. Seems as if she just wants to take a third base pretty early on here. So, no Warp Prism Immortal shenanigans this time around. I think she doesn't really want to come across as the one-trick pony here, I feel. So, and there we have them. The Banelings morphing in. Some Zerglings behind it. I don't actually know if these are enough Zerglings. Is speed already done? I think speed is not done, is not even incoming. I see. So it seems as if she won't even be able to really break through. Unfortunately for Koshkii, the Adept was not quite... I mean, okay, that's really a little bit undecisive here by Wryza. The Adept was not really in position here, so Wryza could have actually just managed to walk through with all of her Zerglings, but without speed, I mean, she was a little bit indecisive here. I think she could have just ran through. The Zerglings were already kinda surrounding the Adept here, so Wryza could have just moved on inside the main base and at least deal some kind of damage there. But yeah, I mean, now just retreating with all of these links, only being on 2 bases to the almost 3 of Koshkii here. If we just have a look at the drones, it's 26 to 37. So Wryza really would need to... I mean, actually, she's already all in. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like this situation here. Now even losing the Overlord, which you will also have to reproduce for 100 minerals. I mean, 100 minerals she desperately needs right now for like anything else but not Overlords. So that's really unfortunate here. In the meantime, Koshkii just is satirizing her third base in peace. There's not a little thing she needs to take care about right now. I mean, she really would have to look for, or if maybe another all-in was just headed her way. But, I mean, Wryza is looking... Oh, I'm really sorry to say that, but Wryza is not looking good at all in this game. I mean, she's on 2 base economy. She at least managed to saturate her second base like crazy, but her third base is not even up. I mean, if Koshkii actually gives her a little bit more time, she might be able to just press drones like crazy. But at that point in time, once she's finally managed to saturate all of her 3 bases, getting her production into gear, I feel that Koshkii will already have saturated her bases for quite some time, and will then start producing a few units. And like I said, I mean, at that point in time, when Wryza finishes her droning up, Koshkii will probably pressure, and at that point in time, Wryza will probably not have any units to speak about, and will just go down. Or on the other hand, she now just invests into a few more units, but then of course her droning will just be a little bit slower. So, we'll see how this is going to end, but we already see it. Look at the supplies, man! We can already see that Koshkii is pretty far up here with 20, with a lead of 20 here. Mostly the drones, mostly the workers, but Koshkii is already fully saturated here. Oh, almost. Just needs a few more workers at the minerals at her third base. We have the robotics facility producing immortals, so it seems as if, after all, it's going to be an immortal push on 3 bases here. So Wryza just checking a little bit around, moves in with Zerglings, doesn't really get anything here. Now sees that it's speedlots, and has probably even seen the Immortal as well. So now she knows what to prepare for. The question is, will she be able to prepare for it? has already taken down the... Ooh, a little bit unfortunate there for her. She was just taking the gold base over here. I like this move quite a lot, taking the risk of getting the gold base, and I think Koshkii didn't even see it, so no, she's unaware of that. But like I said before, I don't think it will really matter. I mean, everything else, Wryza is doing quite nicely here, just getting her creep spread out, having now already saturated all of her bases, and from now on she will probably be able to just get into unit production, but I think she should start really soon here. Otherwise it will be too late, since Koshkii's production will just overwhelm her. Koshkii already getting some of the the dangerous tier 3 units here, while Wryza is only pumping out more queens and a few more zerglings here, and a few banes as well. I don't know if banes will actually help her that much, especially against the Archons. We already have some High Templars out as well. I think that's just the... She's only using the High Templars for... Yeah, okay, she's just using the High Templars for the Archons, not for Storm. That would have been a little bit odd. Also, nothing that we had never seen. Yeah, and here comes, as I said before, Wryza has managed to get her economy up, but now the army is carried her way, and her standing forces are just too small to do anything against it. This is just a pitiful army here. It doesn't even destroy all of the zealots, and now the army is pressing forward. Koshkii, of course, doesn't really know what's awaiting. What's waiting for her. Okay, a Nidus network, that was actually a nice idea here, but like I said, everything just took too long. She was just way behind right from the get-go, tried to play catch-up, but unfortunately for her, Koshkii just was too far ahead right from the start. And there's not much that Wryza can do from now. I mean, if she managed to hold this push, which she just can't, she might be okay, but okay, unfortunately the Zealots even found the gold base over here, so they will also kill everything down here as well. Nidus network goes down. Yeah, Koshkii just doesn't... Okay, GG, well played, good luck in the tournament, and Koshkii wins her series with a convincing 3-0.